identified need for an urban search and rescue team in South Carolina was recognized by the Firefighters Association in 1989 after Hurricane Hugo. You're going to get training that is the very best. You're going to use tools that most of us at the local level cannot afford. So you're going to be on the cutting edge of technology with tools and equipment. Training is going to be the highest caliber you could even imagine.
I think it was more 9/11 and the fact that we realized, even going back to Hurricane Hugo, that was another driving force, even though we were, 10 years after Hurricane Hugo, realizing that those types of events could very easily impact our state. And we really did not have the resources to pull together people across the state to be able to respond to those types of events.
I think 20-some years ago, 23, 24 years ago, our focus was initial response, start saving lives, waiting for the federal teams to come in. I think it's still the same today. We just have a lot more capabilities today than we had back then.
Ultimately, for Helene, 26 of the 28 federal teams were activated and deployed in relation to just Hurricane Helene. So between the Helene response and the Milton response, all 28 of the federal USAR teams were on the East Coast. Pretty amazing.
If you read the mobilization plan, the mobilization law, that's what it's set up to kind of solve, is how do we create the organization on the front end that ensures not only do we provide the resources needed to where the problems are, but that we're able to provide support while they're deployed, that we're able to facilitate the reimbursement and have a plan for that, of how we make the departments that sent help whole.
We don't support it, then it's not going to be there when we need it. Even if you don't think you've got a lot of resources to offer, you never know when you may, and then you never know when you're going to need those resources to come back to you. It's a two-way street. It's a give and take situation, and we have to support it to make it happen, and we need everybody to be a part of it.
I think it excites me. I think it gives a drive. It gives me a little worry about, do we have enough people to do that full-time stuff, part-time stuff? Every time there's a new governor, there's potential new leadership.
It's also the people that have made that possible, that are willing to put in the hours and the time to train and sacrifice their time when called up for an emergency event. And that's why I think the team's respected. It's because people outside of South Carolina see what all of you do and what you're capable of, and see the lives that are saved by the team. That's where the respect comes from.
I think about during Helene, we had team members that were deployed in the county they lived that suffered damage to their own houses, could have driven the 10 or 15 minutes to go check on their house and wouldn't leave the team because of the work they were doing for other people in the same county.
At the end of the day, making sure our mission is completed and we're fulfilling that mission for citizens, because it's not our team, it's the state's team, it's the fire services team.
Plans in place where we're managing the funds responsibly, using the funds responsibly, the equipment responsibly, making sure folks get trained so that when we do have an emergency event, they're prepared and ready to respond. And none of it works without the people, without the chiefs and their department members being willing to be a part of that team.
It's been a life dream to me to make this thing happen. Just overwhelmed by the fact that these guys have done everything they've done for so long and have kept the faith and trusted in it. It's good stuff.